You've done the hard part. You've mapped out the operational technology integration, the client loves the operational gains, and you're ready to deploy. Then, the building's IT and cyber risk managers step in, look at the network architecture, and pull the plug over security concerns. This often happens because systems integrators are forced to defend a legacy VPN architecture against modern IT standards. IT knows that VPNs expose their networks to lateral movement and ransomware. When a deployment relies on one, it creates a point of friction that can stop a project entirely. In this video, we're going to break down a step-by-step conversational framework to change this dynamic. We'll show you how to move away from defending outdated technology and instead facilitate an IT-approved zero-trust solution. This conversational pivot helps move a project past the security hurdles that often stall deployments indefinitely, allowing you to reach a signed, fully integrated handover. The first step is recognizing the ego trap. When challenged by an IT director, it's natural to feel like you have to prove your own profound cybersecurity expertise to win them over. But caking that bait leads to trouble. If you end up guessing answers to complex network questions or overstating a system's capabilities, you risk losing credibility with risk managers who are trained to spot inconsistencies. Instead, drop the expert act and adopt the identity of a facilitator. You don't need to be the person who engineered the encryption protocols, you just need to be the person who brings the right documentation to the table. As a facilitator, your role is to connect the IT department's strict security requirements to a platform that already has validated compliance, like Neeve. IT departments require documented, certified proof to underwrite their own organizational risk. By providing that proof, you address their needs directly without having to make verbal promises you can't technically back up. When the conversation turns to remote access, your first move is to actively agree with the IT risk manager that VPNs are a dangerous liability. Don't defend them, validate the concern. Acknowledge that standard VPNs act like a wide-open pipe. If a single credential is compromised, a threat can move laterally across their entire network. Then pivot to Neeve's zero-trust network access. Explain that this model replaces that open pipe with role-based agentless access and full audit trails, meaning users only see exactly what they are authorized to see. To remove the burden of proof from yourself, proactively offer Neeve's SOC 2 Type 2 and ISO 27001 certifications. This allows their team to verify the security controls independently. Using this technical vocabulary shifts your position in the room. When you speak in terms of ZTNA and audited compliance, you stop looking like a security liability and start positioning yourself as a professional who respects their internal standards. Let's look at how this plays out in a high-pressure scenario. Imagine a skeptical IT manager asks a pointed question about packet encryption and how you prevent lateral movement. A poor response might involve guessing at the encryption standards or suggesting that your technicians are very careful with their shared logins. To an IT professional, this response signals a lack of formal controls. Careful technicians cannot be audited, and guessing at technical specs suggests the hardware itself might not be secure. A better response starts by validating the IT manager's concern. You're right to ask about lateral movement. That's actually why we completely bypass legacy VPNs for this integration. Then deploy the specific technical details. Explain that Neeve Secure Edge uses end-to-end AES 256 encryption and a certificate-based SD-WAN to ensure all data traffic is authenticated and encrypted. Finally, use the conversational off-ramp. Offer to send over the Trust Center documentation for NIST alignment so they can review the architecture at their own pace. This approach is successful because you redirected a technical interrogation into an invitation to collaborate using validated third-party materials. To make this work, you need to know which visual assets to deploy at specific moments in the meeting. When IT questions the security of the hardware on site, present the Neeve Security Platform Architecture diagram. Point out the Edge node, specifically noting the hardened OS and the Hardware Trusted Platform module. If they ask about data extraction to the cloud, walk them through the secure connectivity layer to show how data is authenticated and encrypted before it ever leaves the building network. For requests regarding compliance, guide them to the Neeve Trust Center. Show them exactly where they can download the SOC 2 Type 2 and ISO IEC 27001 reports for their own internal audit. The rule here is simple. Do not try to explain these documents yourself. Provide the access and let Neeve's continuous compliance handle the technical verification. You now have a strategy to move from defending risk to facilitating security. Success in these projects comes from abandoning VPNs in favor of zero trust and actively utilizing pre-certified compliance documentation to satisfy IT requirements. Download the SI Playbook, bookmark the Neeve Trust Center, and apply this talk track in your next client meeting. By shifting from expert to facilitator, you align with IT goals and turn previous project blockers into project champions.